Hi everyone and welcome to the Friendly Board Gamers first ever speed through. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a solo play of Aeons End. We have our two mages set up here, Aeon and Roma. We've got our starting decks and our starting hands. We're fighting against Rageborn, who's the easiest Nemesis in the core game. Starts on 70 health. He also has a strike deck, which is here, and a Nemesis deck, which is set of tier 1, 2 and 3 Nemesis cards, basic Nemesis or basic enemy and Nemesis cards, and Gravel's at 30 health. We have our starting market here. So what is Aeons End? Very briefly, it is a deck builder, but it's a deck builder where you don't shuffle your discard pile when it becomes your deck. So the way you purchase and discard cards is very important to get them cool combos that you can get in deck builders. There is also a turn order deck. This is shuffled up, the only thing that's shuffled. And this will dictate whether it's player 1, player 2 or the Nemesis turn. This is shuffled every round, a card is drawn, and this will simulate the randomness and the chaoticness of the battle. So our aim is to basically prep spells to our breaches. We've got 2 open breaches here and 1 open breach here. We will then fire the spells in the breaches to attack the Nemesis and also any minions that he will bring out. Ultimate aim is to reduce Rageborn down to 0 health or to exhaust out this deck. We will lose if both of our characters' health also gets reduced down to 0. We start off with 10 health. This is player 1, player 2. Start off by shuffling up the turn order deck again, and let's go. So first will be player 1. This is my starting hand. I start off with 4 crystals and 1 spell, so I will prep that spell. Now with these 4 crystals, I'll be looking at either purchasing some new gems to get some more money or to start buying spells. I could buy the Spectral Echo, which deals 2 damage and I can destroy a card in hand, so it lets me thin my deck. Focusing Orb is also good because that lets me focus my breaches. I can also destroy it to gain 3 life for Gravehold. But I think for my 2 health, my 4 crystals, I'm going to buy a Diamond Cluster, which is worth 4. That goes in my discard pile, then all 4 of them get discarded. I draw up to my hand limit of 5. That's the end of Roma's turn. The next is the Nemesis. So the first thing you do, you draw a card from the Nemesis deck. This is a power card, so we'll start off with power 3. And each turn it's a Nemesis, one of these power tokens will come off, and then this will eventually fire. That's all he does on his turn. The Nemesis again, so one of them gets removed. Draw a Nemesis card, and this Nemesis card will force Rageborn to unleash, which means he gains a Fury token. Any player suffers 3 damage and draws a card. So Roma will suffer 3 damage. She doesn't have a card, so she will draw one. Then that gets discarded. Player 2. Aeon has 2 sparks, 2 crystals and a moonstone shard. So he will prep the 2 sparks. They will fire at the beginning of his next turn. This moonstone shard lets me get an additional 1 when buying a gem, so I've got 3 to spend or 4 if I'm buying a gem. So I will think, again, he'll start getting off some Diamond Cluster. This will let me get more gems into my deck, or more money into my deck, which will help me hopefully buy some better cards in the future. Draw up to my hand limit. Player 2. So the first thing you do on your turn is you fire off any prepped spells that you want to. So fire both of them off for 2 damage. There. And then what do I have now? So I have 2 more sparks, which I will prep, and 3 crystals. I think for 3, I am actually going to start buying some spells, start doing some damage. Draw up to my hand limit of 5. That becomes my deck. Remember, no shuffling of the deck. Player 1. So the first thing that happens is this will deal 1 damage, and I gain an additional 1 to spend. Made it to 67. And I've got 2. Well, first thing we can do is prep one of them sparks. Got 2, 3, 4, 5 money to spend. And what I think I will do, I'm going to buy a major talent because this will let me get extra charges for myself and my ally, and the charges allow you to unleash your special abilities. So getting that early in the game, where we're going to come to my deck quickly, it's going to be good in getting them charges stacked up so that I can start firing my abilities when need to. So that was 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Discard that. Keep that one in my hand. Draw up to my hand limit of 5. There we go. So end the round. Shuffle up the turn order deck. We don't know what order each character and the Nemesis are going to come out in. Do one more round and then we'll speed up the play. Player 1. So do 1 damage. Do that to Nemesis. Down to 66. Roma has 1 spark that she can prep and 4 money to spend. So I am going to get with that another relic. This lets me focus my breaches and also potentially give some life to Gravehold if need be. Opening more breaches means I can prep more spells and ultimately do more damage. Play 1 again. Do 1 damage. What do I have? So I have 1 spell, my Buried Light, which I can cast or prep. My relics come up so I can gain a charge and my ally gains a charge. I will gain a charge. My ally gains a charge. So Gian needs 4, Brahma needs 5. And I've got 2, 3, 4. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to buy a cluster, diamond cluster, discard that, and then I'm going to discard that one first and then them 2, because when these come out together it gives me additional 2 buy. Then I can discard my relic. Drop to 5. Draw a new turn order. The Nemesis. One of them goes. New one comes out. This is a minion, the Provoker. He has 5 life. Every time the Nemesis card comes out here, Gravehold suffers damage equal to the number of Fury tokens that Rageborn has. At this moment it's only 1, but that will increase throughout the game. Player 2. Cast the 2 sparks. Deal 2 damage. Down to 63. What does he have? So prep the 1 spark. Again, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6 if I buy a gem. And again, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to spend 4 to buy a diamond cluster. And then I've only got 1 left, so that will just get discarded, and I'll discard them that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next is the Nemesis. So this is now going to activate. The player with the most prep spell suffers 2 damage for each of their prep spell. So as it's tied, I can choose, and I will choose Jean. He'll suffer 2 damage, and then that gets discarded. This again will attack. So Gravehold suffers damage equal to the number of Fury tokens, which is 1. So Gravehold is down to 29, and a new Nemesis card will come out. Rageborn Strikes. When Rageborn strikes, you draw a card from the strike deck and resolve it. So Gravehold suffers 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And any player suffers 1 damage. So I'm going to take it from here. That then gets discarded back to the strike deck and shuffled in. And when Rageborn does strike, he also loses 3 Fury tokens. So he's now down to 0, which is good. That gets discarded. And it's player 2. So I will deal 1 damage, and I think I'll deal it to him. So he goes down to 4. 2, 3, 4. You don't want the Nemesis or the minions stacking up because they can be quite powerful. So I will prep these 2 spells. I've got 3 crystals to spend. And I think I will buy a Rosewood Amber. When you gain this, you may place it on top of your deck, which I think I will do. Discard them. So I will then draw up some hand limit, including that one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2 rounds. I will speed through the rest of the playthrough and bring you back towards the end to see if we win or lose against Rage Barn. Okay, so welcome back. Rage Barn is down to 16 health. Gravehold is only on 6, but we are getting towards the end and we're going to either win or lose relatively soon. Nemesis card has just come out. So Gravehold can suffer 3 damage or he can unleash twice. I think we're going to take the risk and suffer 3 damage to Gravehold. Wow, the Avatar of Wrath. 5, 10, 15, 16 health. Okay, so player 2. I'm going to do 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Let's just try and kill Rage Barn as quickly as possible. I can also discard a card in my hand, and if I do, any player gains 1 life. I don't think we need to do that, but we may well do. I'm going to prep that. Prep that. If I can focus, I'm going to destroy this, get out of the game. Gravehold gains 3 life. That was very lucky. I got 2, 4, so I will get 2 charges over here. Draw out some hand limit. Now we have had Nemesis go twice, so we each have 1 more turn, player 1 and player 2, to do 10 damage. We may well do this. So this deals, playing inside, deal 2 damage plus 1 additional damage for each of my open breaches. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 damage for casting from that breach. That's 6 damage to the Nemesis. Spectral Echo deals 2 damage. And I can destroy a card in my hand. I don't think I need to do that. I will prep my spark, and I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 money. I'll spend 2 of them to get a charge, and then I will spend all of them to cast any player's prep spell without discarding it. I will cast my own, the 2 damage, bringing Rage Bond down to 0, and I can cast that prep spell again and discard it, but I don't need to, because Rageborn is dead. We have defeated him. Grateful survives, as do the mages. So a couple of interesting points. I think playing insight cards I had here were really useful, because he started out on 2 open breaches anyway, and getting my 3rd open breach with additional damage. We're doing quite a bit of damage each turn. We did have a few minions stacking up, but we managed to kill Rageborn before they could strike. Really interesting game. Hope you enjoyed that. If you'd like to see any of my other content, please head on over to thefriendlyboardgamer.wordpress.com. I have written reviews, audio reviews, podcasts, and my D4 dice reviews on various other games, including this one. And thank you very much for listening and watching, and hopefully catch you on the next Friendly Board Gamer speed through. Bye bye.